Okie dokie, so it's Monday, so that means it's time for an OTRSCentral Q&A episode. If you want your questions answered in the future, check out the description box below. It'll give you all the details on how to ask your questions. Let's get started here. At Mr. Fantastic11, why is Adam Rose's party foul the exact same move as Dean Ambrose's Dirty Deeds? It seems that way, doesn't it? And this kind of runs into the problem that I talked about in the Money in the Bank 2014 review, where Big E does this suicide dive through the middle ropes, and that's a great spectacular move, but it doesn't really stand out because Luke Harper's doing the same damn move, and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose are doing the same damn move. You got to have some uniqueness, and in particular, everybody should have a unique finisher. If one thing is going to be unique above all else, to me, it should be the finisher of the match. And this is just kind of sloppy, in my opinion, on the WWE's part to have guys with the same finishing maneuvers, same signature maneuvers. It prevents guys from standing out. I don't really like it at all. At Imputations, who do you think the Intercontinental title should go to, knowing Bad News Barrett is injured now? Well, we'll see how long Bad News Barrett is actually injured for and how serious the injury is. The funny thing is, Dean Ambrose had over a 300-day title reign as United States champion, so you could, in theory, not do anything with the Intercontinental title for the time being and still keep Wade Barrett the champion. I don't see why you'd have to yank it off of him, especially if he's only going to be out for a few weeks or maybe a couple of months. Fuck it. You never really had Ambrose defend the belt, so why can't Wade Barrett do the same thing? At Javi El Ortabo, what would you think of Cena doing a reverse Goldberg losing streak? I don't think that accomplishes a whole lot either. I mean, you could sit there and say, well, sending on a nice long losing streak to tear him down to rebuild him back up would work, but not in the WWE. It wouldn't work. My thing is that every once in a while, can the guy fucking lose a match clean? Sometimes somebody just is better on that given night. I mean, even Jordan lost games. You know what I mean? This is just fucking ridiculous. Even in the NFL, quarterbacks like Brady and Manning, they have bad games. They lose games. But Cena's always got some excuse if he, by God, ever does lose, and he usually doesn't. It's ridiculous. At Fork 34, if Shawn Michaels was healthy at WrestleMania 14, do you think he would have stopped Austin from winning the belt? Possible, but probably not probable. I think Shawn Michaels was smart enough to understand at that time that Austin needed to be the guy, that needed to be the direction they were going. Now, would he have tried to sabotage that title reign? Perhaps. Would he have tried to quickly get the belt back from Steve Austin? Perhaps. I don't know if he would have fully stopped. But then again, Shawn Michaels had a tendency to, play ball the heartbreak way. So who knows? At Chase Oliver 68, if you weren't doing YouTube videos, would you keep the WWE Network when your 6-month commitment is over? That is a fascinating, fascinating question. I don't think so. If I wasn't doing this show, if I wasn't doing the channel, I probably wouldn't be paying for a subscription to the WWE Network. Frankly, that was the only reason that I got the subscription to the WWE Network to begin with. So, it's a good question, Chase. No, I don't think I would. At Evil Banana, a triple threat match between Reigns, Cena, and Orton sounds like a money match, don't you think? Oh, Jesus Christ. Any match involving John Cena and Randy Orton facing off in any configuration for any world title is no money match for any fucking company anytime anymore. Please understand this. Please embrace this. And please don't ever bring this up as a suggestion again. Even if this is where WWE goes at Battleground. Oh, God. At Welly Kelly 235. What will WWE do if Cena did a Benoit? And Dante King 12, apparently, the hate for Cena runs so strong that they are envisioning what happens if he pulled the Benoit. He kind of asked a similar question. If John Cena killed his whole family and himself, do you think the WWE would give him the Benoit treatment? God, that is a fascinating question. You would have to assume in theory that they would. However, you would get the sense that because it was John Cena, they would actually sit there and say innocent until proven guilty, and they would find a way to try and spin it, and maybe they would blame like Superfly Jimmy Snuka, or who the fuck knows. Fascinating question, though. Just imagine if that ever happened. Oh, the WWE would have to eradicate a decade of their company's history. It would be a disaster. It might bring the company to its knees, seriously. Because you imagine the guy that's kid-friendly and charity-friendly kills his wife, kid, and himself. Yeah, I don't know if the WWE could recover from that. At SA Wrestling blog. Isn't Bo Dallas's undefeated streak already over, seeing as he lost in that Battle Royal on Raw? Shh. 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 I believe you need to shh. Don't be a boner, just shh. Ridiculous. Let us have it, damn it. At Steven Gerbovic, what wrestler do you dislike more, Jeff Jarrett or Dino Bravo? Now, on the surface, some of you would probably assume I'd say Jeff Jarrett because at least Dino Bravo is dead. But Dino Bravo has such a lengthy history of suck and suck some more. Ooh, man. Dislike more. I'm sure I've been asked this question before, and I'm sure I've given an answer. Maybe Dino Bravo. God, it's close. At Dexter C73, with the return of the six-sided ring, should TNA add more wrestlers to the X division? Not if they're going to have multiple X. Not if they're not going to have multiple X division feuds. Not if they're not actually going to give the X division people television time. Not if they're not going to sit there and actually give these X division guys length of time in the ring on a consistent basis. Then there really is no point. Sounds great in theory, but if you're not going to do the things necessary, then don't do it at all. And at Steph_McCray finishes off this pay-per-view oh my God, this Q&A by asking, if you were chosen to build a breakfast club from scratch without its current members, who would you put in there and why? Well, let's put it this way, first and foremost. One does not just simply build a breakfast club from scratch. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Click became the Breakfast Club because you had, natural people go from one side to the other. Shawn and Hunter here, Shawn and Hunter here. Need somebody to spill over, number one, if you were going to do something. And number two, obviously, it wouldn't live up to the legacy of the Breakfast Club. As far as if I had to do a new kind of super faction that in no way, shape, or form could ever live up to the Breakfast Club, but would desperately try, you'd have to eliminate guys that are small and do flips and kicks, so there would be no Punk, no Daniel Bryan, no Seth Rollins, none of those type of fucks. You'd have to be a certain type of guy, a certain type of WWE guy, so that would eliminate maybe a Bray Wyatt. If I had to sit there and go there, Reigns would kind of fill the Cena role. Maybe Cena would fill the Triple H role. You got to have somebody come over. There's got to be a legacy that's passed down. Cesaro would fill the Randy Orton role because, let's be truly realistic, I love Cesaro's work in the ring, but Cesaro on the mic, not so much. Randy Orton on the mic, not so much. In terms of, got to have a Sheamus in there. And you can't do a black guy because the Breakfast Club doesn't do black guys, just like the Click doesn't do black guys. So maybe a Rusev? Have a little international spice and flavor in there? Yeah, perhaps. So what did I come up with so far? Roman Reigns, Cesaro, Rusev. Who would be another guy that would maybe fit into that category? This is a tremendous question. Tremendous question. I guess that would be it. And Cena, obviously, in the Triple H role. I guess that would maybe be my incarnation of a newfangled faction that would try to live up to the Breakfast Club, but ultimately could not. Thanks to all of you that submitted your questions for this Q&A. Want your questions answered every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Make them good, make them count, and follow the information in the description box on how to get your questions submitted and potentially answered. Thanks to all of you that submitted your questions for this one. I'll be back again Wednesday for another episode of the OTRSCentral Q&A. Make sure you check out my review of Money in the Bank 2014. I'll put that link in the description box below. Make sure you check out some of the other great content that will be coming on this channel in the week to come. Thanks.